children, welcome you all for the today's English class. So far we have seen the grammar chapter 1 and 2, that is articles and nouns. Today we are going to see the next grammar chapter, pronouns and its types. Let's listen to the introduction by a teacher about the pronouns now.
Hi children, how are you? Welcome back to the today's session. Today we are going to see a grammar part, that is pronouns. What is the grammar part, children? Today we are going to see in our English class. The title of the grammar part is pronouns. What is known as pronoun, children? Pronoun is a word that is used in the place of noun. So pronoun is a word that is used in the place of noun. What is really noun? Noun is a name of a person, place, animal, bird or thing. So do you know about noun, children, now? Okay. So let's move on to the example now. So pronoun means a word that used in the place of noun, as I told you. See the example here. Rani is a girl. Rani is a girl. So who is Rani here? Noun. Rani is the noun here, and I am representing Rani with the pronoun that she. She looks beautiful. So Rani is a noun. I am using a pronoun for Rani as she. See, she is the pronoun here. I am just representing Rani as she, and she looks beautiful. So what is the pronoun in this sentence? She is the pronoun. Like that, whenever we use noun in the second place, if you explain a noun with the pronoun only, children. Be clear about this. Children, there are so many pronouns in English, like personal pronoun, reflexive pronoun, demonstrative pronoun, emphatic pronoun. So today we are going to see pronouns. Children, watch the video. We are going to work out so many examples in it.
Children, now you might have understood what is pronoun. Now, as a motivation, let's watch a video about the kinds of pronouns. Children, look at the picture. You have the pronouns listed here. First one is I. Second one is it. Third one is you. Fourth one is they. Fifth one is we, she, he. These words are called pronouns, children. So pronouns take the place of a noun. So what are the pronouns are here? I, it, you, they, we, she, he. These are called pronouns. Children, now let's see the kinds of pronouns one by one with some examples. Usually pronouns, a singular pronoun replaces a singular noun, and a plural pronoun replaces a plural noun. So this is the rule for applying the pronoun. So children, a singular pronoun replaces a singular noun only. A plural pronoun replaces a plural noun only. There are different kinds of pronouns are there. First one is relative pronoun. Second one is reflexive pronoun. Third one is emphasizing pronoun. Fourth one is indefinite pronoun. Fifth one is interrogative pronoun. Sixth one is demonstrative pronoun. Seventh one is possessive pronoun. And the eighth one is personal pronoun. First, let's see what is meant by relative pronouns. Relative pronouns appear in a complex sentences and refer to a noun in the main class. Look at the words, children. The following words are the relative pronouns. Let's see the usages of the relative pronouns one by one now. Let's start with the first relative pronoun, who or whoever. It modifies the subject and refer only to people. For example, the prince was looking for the maiden who had left her shoe at the ball. The relative pronoun whom or whomever modifies the object and refer only people. For example, I don't know whom he invited. The next relative pronoun which or whichever. It modifies both subject and object, and they refer to things, qualities, and ideas. For example, this is the same story which you told me last week. Relative pronoun that modifies both subject and object. It refer to people, things, qualities, and ideas. For example, Daria wants to compose a song that will reflect her love for grammar. The relative pronoun whose refers to show the possession, and it refers to people, things, qualities, and ideas. For example, whose umbrella is this? Now let's move on and see to the next type of pronoun, that is reflexive pronoun and emphasizing pronoun. The following words are called reflexive pronoun and also emphasizing pronoun. They both ends in self or selves and convey emphasis. Reflexive pronoun are essential to the meaning of a sentence. They act as the object of the sentence, and they show the receiver of an action, and they follow a verb or a preposition. Let's see an example. I completed the project myself. Emphasizing pronouns are not essential to the meaning of a sentence, and they are part of the subject. They placed before the verb. They can be removed without changing the meaning. For example for reflexive pronoun, I completed the verb project myself. Here, completed is the verb, project by myself is the reflexive pronoun. In emphasizing pronoun, I myself completed the project. So in reflexive pronoun, after the verb, we will have the reflexive pronoun myself. In emphasizing pronoun, before the verb, the pronoun will be used. So in reflexive pronoun, I complete project myself. In emphasizing pronoun, I myself completed the project. Next we are going to see is indefinite pronouns. The following words are the indefinite pronouns: anybody, anyone, anything, everybody, everyone, everything, nobody, no one, nothing, somebody, someone, something, all, none, some. So these are the indefinite pronouns which we have. Indefinite pronouns are the pronouns that refer to one or more unspecified persons, things, or objects. That is, they refer to people or things without saying exactly who or what they are. And they do not introduce a class. For example, there wasn't enough room for anybody. There wasn't enough room for anybody. The words ending in one or body are used for people. For example, somebody told me to drink lots of water. Somebody told me to drink lots of water. And also, words ending in thing are used for things. For example, please give me something to eat, said Nikki. Please give me something to eat, said Nikki. Next, we are going to see the next type of pronoun, that is interrogative pronoun. Interrogative pronoun or the pronouns are used for introducing questions, and they refer to nouns we don't know. Look at the example here. Look at the first interrogative pronoun, that is who. So who is used when the pronoun is the subject and it refers to a person. Look at the example here. Who made the birthday cake? Who made the birthday cake? The next interrogative pronoun is whom. It is used when the pronoun is the object and it refers to a person. Look at the example here. Whom are you going to invite? The next interrogative pronoun is whose. Whose is used to shows possession. It is used to show the possession. It refers to a person. Look at the example here. Whose camera is this? Whose camera is this? Interrogative pronoun is what. It is used to for both subject and object. It is used for both subject and object, and it also refers to a thing. It is refers to a thing. For example, what is your friend's name? What is your friend's name? Interrogative pronoun is which. Which is used for both subject and object as what, and it refers to a person or a thing. It refers both a person or a thing. For example, which of these books is yours? Which of these books is yours? We are moving on to the next type of pronoun, that is demonstrative pronoun. Let's see what is meant by demonstrative pronouns. The demonstrative pronouns in singular, this; in plural form, it is these; in singular, that; in plural form, those. So, demonstrative pronouns are in singular and plural forms. In singular form, this, that; in plural form, it will be changed into these and those. The demonstrative pronouns are identify and specify the nouns and the pronouns. The demonstrative pronouns or the pronouns is to identify and specify nouns and pronouns, and they used as subject and object pronouns, and they are used as subject and object pronouns. This and these refers to nouns that are nearby. That and those refers to the nouns that are far away from the person. So, I'll repeat, children. Demonstrative pronouns are the pronouns that identify and specify the nouns and the pronouns, and they used as subject and object pronouns. And this and these refers to the nouns that are nearby. That and those or refers to the nouns that are far away from the person. Look at the example given here. This is my cat, and those are its kittens. I'll repeat the example. This is my cat, and those are its kittens. Next, we are moving on to the next type of pronoun, that is possessive pronouns. Let's have a look now. What is meant by possessive pronouns? Possessive pronouns are referred to specific nouns, and they show the ownership, and they stand alone and do not modify the nouns, and they can specify or replace possessive nouns. So possessive pronouns are referred to specific nouns, and they show the ownership, and they stand alone, and they do not modify the nouns, and they can replace the possessive nouns. So that is known as possessive pronoun, children. So the singular form of possessive pronouns are mine, yours, hers, his or its. For example, for possessive pronouns singular, this pen is mine. It is an example for singular possessive pronouns. This pen is mine. Look at the plural form of possessive pronouns here. Look at the plural form of possessive pronouns here. Ours, yours, and theirs. So children, that's all from the possessive pronouns, singular and plural form. Now let's move on to the last type of pronoun, that is personal pronoun. What is meant by personal pronoun? Personal pronouns are referred to a specific person or thing, and they change their form to indicate person, number, gender, and case. So, personal pronoun refer to a specific person or thing, and they change their form to indicate person, number, gender, and case. Look at here for the personal pronoun. Personal pronoun was further divided into subjective pronoun and objective pronouns. Subjective pronouns are act as the subject of the sentence. And look at the singular and plural form of subjective pronoun. Subject pronouns in singular are I, you, he or she, it. These are the singular form of subject pronouns. Look at the plural form of subject pronouns here. The plural form of subject pronouns are we, you, and they. Next, moving on to the object pronouns. Object pronouns are act as an object of a verb or a verb phrase. Object verb or act as an object of a verb or a verb phrase. Look at the singular and plural object pronouns here. The singular form of object pronouns are me, you, her or him, and it. And the plural form of subject object pronouns are as, you, and them. So these are the singular and plural form of subject and object pronouns for the personal pronouns, children. Children, let's learn the pronouns one by one now. Children, as I told you, there are different kinds of pronouns in English. See here you have first one relative pronoun. Second one is reflexive pronoun. Third one emphasizing pronoun. Fourth one indefinite pronoun. Fifth one interrogative pronoun. Sixth one demonstrative pronoun. Seventh one possessive pronouns. At last, the eighth one is personal pronoun. Children, let's see the pronouns one by one in detail now. First, let's see relative pronoun. What is meant by relative pronoun, children? Look at the picture, children. In this picture, you can see some words like whose, that, who, where, which, whom. These are known as relative pronouns. Let's see the explanation of relative pronoun now. Look at the picture, children. Relative pronouns are, see here, subject, object and possessiveness. In subject area, you can see who, which, that. In object area, you can see some pronouns like whom, who, which, that. In possessive area, you can see whose. So, we use who and whom for people and which for things. And we use that for people or things. So, we use relative pronoun to introduce relative class, which tells us more about people and things. And let's see in detail about the relative class. What is meant by relative class and how we have to use the pronoun along with that. Let's see here. Look at the first example, children. That man over there is called Bill Gates. He started Microsoft. It's a normal sentence. Yes. Next, coming to the relative pronoun. Used with the relative pronoun. See here the sentence. That man over there who is called Bill Gates started Microsoft. Relative pronoun is a pronoun that links or connects the relative class and main class, children, in a sentence. For example, look at the picture. In this sentence, which one is relative class? Can you find out from this sentence, children? Yes. After the word starts with who is called Bill Gates, started Microsoft. That is the relative class. Which is the main class here, children? Yes. That man over there. Before who? What are the things there? That is the main class children. So, relative pronoun who connects and links the relative class as well as the main class children. So, the relative pronoun is a pronoun that connects the relative class as well as main class. Now, are you clear about this, children? What is meant by relative pronoun? Yes. Children, here you have some of the relative pronouns and with the example. Look at the picture here, children. I'll explain you one by one. So, with who? With the relative pronoun who, it relates the people, as I told you before. Look at the example sentence here. The musician who wrote this song is French. So, which is the main class here? The musician is the main class. Who wrote this song is French is the relative class. So, who is the relative pronoun that connects the relative class and the main class in this sentence and which relates the people here? Whom. So, it relates the people also here. The whom is also relates the people, but it operates as an object. It works as an object at the back. So, see the example here. I know the boy whom sits next to you. Whom sits next to you is the relative class. I know a boy, it's a main class. So, whom is a relative pronoun that connects here as an object, and it connects the relative class and main class in this sentence. In the same way, you have to use all the relative pronoun in a sentence which connects and links the main class and the relative class in a sentence, children. Children, now let's see reflexive and emphatic pronouns. Children, look at the picture here. Reflexive pronouns are pronouns that are used after verbs along with prepositions to make it clear which person or thing we are talking about. So, look at the example given here. Rahul is proud of himself. Children, as I told you before, reflexive pronoun is a pronoun that acts as an object of a sentence and that also follow with a verb or preposition. So, in this sentence, himself is a reflexive pronoun. Himself here is acting as an object and it represents the person whom we are talking to, that is the Rahul. Children, let's see another example for reflexive pronoun. Here, look at the example here. I completed the project myself. So, myself is a reflexive pronoun and it represents the subject I. Children, the next one is emphasizing pronoun or emphatic pronoun, we can say. On the other hand, the emphatic pronoun are just to emphasize the action of the subject. See, for example, he cut himself. Here, himself, that emphasizing the noun he. So, emphatic pronoun, that is emphasizing pronoun, are the pronoun or act as a part of the subject and placed before the verbs. Children, look at another example for reflexive and emphasizing pronoun. See here the example for reflexive pronoun first. I completed the project myself. So, here verb is there and the object as reflexive pronoun myself. So, here in this example, myself, it's a reflexive pronoun that was acting as a object in this sentence followed by the verb completed. The example for emphasizing pronoun here. See the sentence, I myself completed the project. Here, myself, emphasizing pronoun, is a part of the subject. So, it is nearby the subject, part of the subject, and it is placed before the verb. Children, are you clear about the reflexive and emphasizing pronouns now? Yes. Shall we move on to the next pronoun? Our next pronoun is indefinite pronoun. Look at the picture, children. Indefinite pronoun is a pronoun that used to refer one or more unspecified persons, things or object in whether in singular or in plural form. And the next thing, it refers to the people or thing without saying exactly who or what they are. And look at the picture, children. Here you have some of the indefinite pronouns in the list. See here, somebody. So words that ends with one or buddy used for people. For example, someone, somebody. These are all used to refer people. And see the word anything. So words that ends with thing are used to refer things. So words like somebody, someone, anybody, anyone or no one, everyone, everybody, these are the words used to refer people. But words like something, anything, nothing, everything refers to the things. For places, you can use somewhere, anywhere, nowhere and everywhere. These are the words that shows the places. Children, for indefinite article, here are some of the examples for you. Nobody else offered to go out. So nobody represents the people. With the next sentence, children, there is nothing interesting in the book. So nothing represents the thing. Like this, children, we have to use the indefinite pronoun where it is needed. We can use and make sentences according to its usage. Let's move on to the next pronoun, that is interrogative pronoun. Interrogative pronouns are the pronouns that are used for asking questions and when the noun is not known to us. In this picture, you have some interrogative pronouns that are whose, which, whom, who, what. As I told you, interrogative pronouns are the pronouns that are used to ask questions. Look at the picture here, usage of who and whom. See the first one, who won the game yesterday? And for whom, to whom did you give the book? Interrogative pronoun who and whom used to mention a person. Next one, whose, used for person to show possession. Possession means whose book, like that. For first one, see here, whose car was parked there just now. And next one, what used for animals and things. Look at the sentence, what animal has horns? The third one, the next interrogative pronoun, which, that is used for person, animal and things. See the example, which boy took my book just now? So children, as given in the examples, you can use interrogative pronouns to frame questions according to the situation, children. And now let's move to the next pronoun, that is demonstrative pronoun. Children, when we talk about demonstrative pronoun or adjective wherever in English, these are the 4 demonstrative pronouns that we have to use in the sentences. What is meant by demonstrative pronoun? Demonstrative pronoun are the pronouns that specify the nouns and pronouns, and they are used as subject and object pronouns. So here, this and these are the demonstrative pronouns refers to the noun that are all nearby, and that and those are the demonstrative pronouns that are refer to the noun that are all far away. To make you clear, look at this picture, children. In singular, for nearby, you have to use demonstrative pronoun this. In singular, for far away, if the object there, you have to use the pronoun that. In the other hand, in the plural form, if it is nearby the object, we have to use the demonstrative pronoun these. If in the plural form, if it is the object far away, we have to use the demonstrative pronoun those. Look at the example, children. Look at the picture, children. This is an apple. The object apple is nearby and it is singular. And that is an apple. So the object is singular and that is far away. The same way, the other hand, in the plural form, these are apples nearby. The apple basket is nearby. Those are apples. The apple basket is far away from the person. So these and those are in plural form. This and that is in the singular form. Are you clear about this demonstrative pronoun now, children? Yes. Move on to the next one. The next pronoun we are going to see is possessive pronoun. Possessive pronoun is a pronoun that indicates the possession, or it refers to the specific noun and shows the ownership. For example, here mine, yours, hers, theirs. See here in this picture, that is her book. It shows the ownership and possession of the person. So the thing, book, that it belonged to her. It shows the possession, that is known as possessive pronoun. The picture, children, as I told you, a possessive pronoun is a pronoun that used to indicate a possession or ownership. And one more example here, this pen is my pen, not your pen. It is a normal sentence. When you use possessive noun, see how it changed now? This pen is mine, not yours. So, these words, mine and yours, shows the ownership and possession of the object pen, whom it belonged to. You have some other examples for each possessive pronoun. For mine first, this is my laptop, it's mine. Yours, these glasses are mine, not yours. Next one for possessive pronoun, his. This is my brother's book, it's his. Likewise, here you have so many examples for the possessive pronouns, children. Look at the picture, children. Here you have another example for possessive pronoun. See here, subject pronoun, that is the normal personal pronouns like I, you, he, her, it. Opposite to that, you have possessive pronouns like my, your, yours, his, hers, its. So these are the possessive pronouns, children. And here his name is Alex. Likewise, you can use any one of the possessive pronouns like my name is Alex, your name is Alex, his name is Alex. Like that you can use possessive pronouns according to its purpose and usage. Children, now we are going to see the last and final pronoun, that is personal pronoun. What is meant by personal pronoun, children? Personal pronoun are the pronouns that refers to the specific person or things. The personal pronoun that it can change its form according to the person, number, gender and its case. Here the personal pronoun was divided into two types. One is subject pronoun, another one is object pronoun. Children, let's see about this subject and object pronoun now. Look at this picture. Here the personal pronoun was divided into two types. One is subject pronoun, another one is object pronoun. The subject pronoun acts as the subject in the sentence. Subject pronoun that are all in singular, here they are I, you, he, she and it. In plural form, we, you and they. These are the singular and plural form of subject pronoun that we can use in the sentence, children. Moving on to the object pronoun. Object pronoun are the pronoun that acts as an object of a verb in the sentence. The singular object pronouns are me, you, her, him and it. In plural form, the object pronouns are as, you and them. Children, as I told you, personal pronoun are the pronoun that refers the specific person or a thing, and which was divided into two types, that is subject pronoun and object pronoun, and it can change its form according to the person, number and its case. So here look at the example for gender. He went to the market. He used to mention the male gender. So other example we can use for male gender, they are his, him, etc. Likewise, children, we have to use the personal pronoun according to the gender, according to the number, according to the case. So, personal pronoun that refers to the specific person or thing, it changes its form according to the person, gender, number and case, children. Other example, she is doing the laundry. So, here she represents the female gender, and other examples like we can use her, hers, etc. Children, that's all from the pronouns and its kinds. I think now you would have understood what is pronouns and its kinds. Children, now we are going to see the worksheet number 3, that is for the pronouns. Look at the first exercise, children. Choose the correct demonstrative pronoun to complete each sentence. See here, first one, dash the options that are given here. These or this are the skates I like. So what will be the answer, children? Any guess? The first one, because as the sentence is in the plural form with the helping verb are, we have to use plural demonstrative pronoun, that is these. These are the skates I like. So remaining exercise you have to do it on yourself, children. Look at the second exercise, children. Second exercise, that is read the passage given below. Choose the correct word given in brackets and fill in the blanks. So here you have a passage and the options also for the blanks it is given already. You have to choose the correct one for the particular sentence. Which one will be apt for that sentence? You have to choose it from the given options. So see here, first one I'll do it for you. Since the world began, dash, everyone or someone had been trying to make work easier for all. So what will be the answer? Since the world began, dash, is it for someone the world is? No, for everyone. So the answer will be everyone. So since the world began, everyone had been trying to make work easier for all. So remaining blanks you have to do it. Find the answers and do it, children. Now let's move on to the third exercise, that is fill in the blanks with appropriate pronoun. So see the first one. The girls are playing in the ground, dash, look very happy. So you have to use the personal pronoun. The clue also given there that you have to use the personal pronoun. So it will be very easy for you to find out. See the first one. The girls are playing in the ground. So girls. So what personal pronoun you have to use here? Dash, look very happy. They look very happy. So they is the personal pronoun you have to use for the first one. So likewise you have to do the remaining exercise. Children, here you have the remaining questions for the third exercise. Question number 3 to the third one to the ninth one. Now let's see the fourth exercise. Choose the correct pronoun from the brackets. Choose the correct pronoun from the brackets. First one, you and dash must reach school on time. You have to use the correct from the given option. So what is the question, children? You and dash must reach school on time. So what will be the pronoun? Me or I? Yes, the answer is you and I must reach school on time. We cannot say me because you and I can go to school. We cannot say me. So the answer is you and I must reach school on time. Children, do the remaining exercise on your own and find out the answer. Now see the fifth one. Fifth exercise, that is fill in the blanks with suitable relative pronoun. So here they have mentioned clearly that you have to use only relative pronoun. So my teacher likes the students dash speak the truth. I'll repeat. My teacher likes the students. My teacher likes the students dash speak the truth. You have to use the relative pronoun. What will be the relative pronoun? Can you find out? Yes. So the first answer is who. My teacher likes the students who speaks the truth. You have to use the relative pronoun who. Likewise, find out the answer for the remaining exercise, children. That's all from your worksheet. You have 5 exercises in this worksheet. Do the exercise and find out the answers and send it in the group.